I think it's a huge statement by Jack Ma that he believes that he can get the sort of valuations that he's seeking while staying with a listing in Hong Kong and Shanghai rather than listing in New York or London. It's a huge policy-related statement by him.
So what does, I mean, are there ramifications then for the longer term, or is this just a one-off or just a very nuanced story regarding Jack Ma? Are there longer term ramifications for the capital markets that we've seen historically in the traditional centres?
I don't think there's any question that there is a longer term story here as well. Washington has to decide what its response is to a more robust Beijing. But the saber rattling over forcing delistings of Chinese companies off of U.S. exchanges does not help Wall Street, and it doesn't help U.S. investors.
So this is huge.
We've also seen a more, absolutely.
So what are the big investment companies doing? Are they basically trying to build up their local presence in Hong Kong, perhaps reignite their size of their operations in mainland China as well, or is that finding huge obstacles with the administration?
Well, many of them are adding secondary listings, either back in mainland China or in Hong Kong. We've seen that with NetEase and JD.com. We've also seen London become a venue for these moves. So, for instance, China Pacific Insurance Company, which listed here in London, raised more capital in London than any other company in the last 3 years. And that was adding a London listing to its existing Hong Kong and Shanghai listings, coming here rather than to New York.
Okay, well, let's park the China-US story for now and just ask you just a very generic question. What is appetite like at the moment? What's supply like?
I think we've got a strong autumn pipeline. We've got intentions to float being published tomorrow in the European markets. We've seen a number of announcements about big listings in New York. I think a lot of that is driven by pent-up demand. You know, the European and U.S. Listing process was stalled in many ways for most sectors over the last 6 months, but it looks like that has changed, and there's a strong pipeline in both Europe and in the United States.